I am about to give you the illegal knowledge necessary to save so much time when power leveling in the Edge of Fate. We're giving you a breakdown of everything that you're going to want to do, and this will save you maybe dozens or maybe even hundreds of hours of time, potentially. Hundreds might be too much because I don't know if it takes hundreds of hours to get to 450. We'll say dozens of hours, though. Actually, technically speaking, if you did everything wrong, it would take you hundreds of hours, so it might actually save you hundreds of hours if you don't know what you're doing. So let's start from the very beginning. The first thing I want to mention is that you can get a free at-level drop of your helmet if you go to your collections, go to Flare. At the top here, you're going to go to the right to Miscellaneous, and you can grab any of these masks, and you'll notice that it drops at 300 power, and it doesn't cost you anything to pull this. So if at any point in time, you are unable to get an at-level helmet drop, like say you're at a -4 for your helmet, then go into your collections and grab this. Now, if you're wondering, what is a -4? What are you talking about with these numbers? Well, let me bring this up here so you can understand better. If you download the extension DIM, you can see your names right here. This is my Titan, and I have my power level here. If I scroll over this, you can see that I am now power level 300, and my power weapon is at a -2. My gauntlets are at a -1, my helmet is at level, my legs are at +2, etc., right? So what I need to do is, if everything was at level, I would need a +1 in each column to level up one level. That's how leveling works in Destiny 2. Shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that's been leveling, but if you're brand new, then you wouldn't know. So if I were to look at this right now inside the DIM extension and it said my helmet was anything other than at level, or anything in the red, I guess, because -1 or lower, just go into collections and grab this immediately. This will save you a ton of time and will level you up. Just by owning the item itself, you will be at level with that helmet, are completely unable to infuse it, so keep that in mind. You're just going to grab the item and then throw it in the vault. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is the extension. If you don't know, there is a really cool extension that allows you to access all of your previous season passes. And in the process, you'll see here, I just have stacks and stacks of cores. Watch, I click this, I click confirm, and I will get the cores dropped on my character, +5 cores, right? These are all from my previous season passes. You can use these to level up by grabbing different armor pieces and weapons for whatever character you're on. Very, very helpful. I highly recommend you use the extension. We will have the link down below. As well, you can level up by going to Commander Zavala. He will have pinnacle drops for you. And Ada with the Arms Week event. If you go into the portal, go to the Arms Week, you'll notice here that, like I said before, I'm 300 power, and this is a 304 hand cannon here, so this is a nice pinnacle drop. Also, if you're out there farming your solo ops, you actually don't need to get an A tier when you're clicking the difficulty. You can actually just go with a B+ tier for your rating down below. A B+ alone will get you to the highest drops. So don't feel like everything has to be an A tier. In fact, if you can lower it from an A to a B+, that might make it easier to finish the activity a little bit faster. And of course, like I mentioned previously, when you are farming, make sure you have on the new armor like this with the blue check mark in the corner. And on top of that, make sure you put on an ornament from post Edge of Fate as well, because the two will stack on top of each other, giving you increased damage resistance, and it will increase your score from any portal activity. So you will want 4 pieces plus an ornament from post Edge of Fate on 100% when farming these activities. You can also go into your seasonal hub and go down to your conquests here. These are going to give you a bunch of powerful drops, so you can finish these up. Any point in time, you can see there, portal activities gear +4, definitely worth it. And lastly, if you don't have a clan or they're not rank 4, make sure to get on that, because right now, if you get to clan rank 4, this will increase the chance at receiving prime engrams from portal activities, which is one of the only ways you can actually level up right now from 400 to 450 power. And if you're looking for a clan, we currently have several spots in ours. So if you comment down below your Bungie name, we will add you to our clan until we fill up. So feel free to comment your Bungie name and we'll get you all invited to the clan. So that way you can benefit from the increase to prime engrams, which is going to level you up faster. It doesn't apply to me, like I tried to test it out, but apparently if you level your weapons up to 200 first, your weapons and armor, then it takes significantly less cores to bring it up to above 400. I can't test that for myself because I'm only at level 300 right now. But if that is true, I'll put a pinned comment down below verifying it. Again, I can't test it, so I don't know for certain, but I've heard a lot of people mentioning that. And it's a way to save cores, because if you don't know, when you're at like 400 plus power and you try to infuse something that's like 10 power, it costs like 7,000 cores to go from 10 to 400 plus. So I believe a method people are using to save time is to first infuse from 10 to 200 and then from 200 up to 400 plus. And those are currently all of the power leveling life hacks that we have for you. If there are any others that are missing, please feel free to comment down below and I will definitely pin your comment or make an updated video if there's enough of them. We really want to level up as fast and as efficiently as possible because, you know, it's a lengthy grind, all right? They got us grinding out here, Bungie does, to get to max level and finally unlock those tier 5s. And I'm interested in getting up to at least tier 4 drops before the epic raid comes out. And don't feel like you absolutely need those tier 5 weapons. It's not a necessity by any means. You'll definitely have fun with a tier 4, tier 3 god roll of any weapon. But for myself personally, you know, I want to challenge myself and I want to get the best loot in the game. So these are all of the tips and tricks that I've been using to power level as fast as possible. Me and my friends and my clan. And like I mentioned before, join my clan, comment your Bungie name down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on. We'll keep you up to date on all things Destiny 2. See you in the next one. Later.